Now, a newsroom is a pretty intense space, and it does affect you. We realized just how much when we were discussing stories for this week's episode. So many story ideas had to do with how tech is being used destructively. So we decided we'd change the narrative. In this episode, we'll show you how to craft an effective prompt, how drones are cleaning up the mess we've made, take a look at the Indian Army's new Apache combat choppers, and how an original Apple one turned out for auction. All designers complain about it. Marketers wish they got better ones. Now, anyone in the business of creating anything as a service wants a good client brief. AI chatbots are no different. Right from being clear about what you want to giving targeted feedback, getting the best results from an AI chatbot is all about the prompt.
If you're among the millions who use AI chatbots like OpenAI's ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, or Anthropic's Claude in your daily life, then you already know they're incredibly powerful tools. They help us with everything from drafting emails to brainstorming ideas. But if you've ever felt like you're getting just okay results or even mediocre ones, don't blame the chatbot. The truth is, a chatbot's output depends entirely on what you ask it to do and how you ask. And AI is only as good as the instructions you give it. Think of it like talking to a person who needs very specific directions. And that's exactly what we're going to do in this episode of Tech It Out. We're going to help you learn the art of crafting the perfect prompt. AI chatbots don't work like Google search, where a few keywords can magically present all the research you're looking for. To get the high-quality replies, you need to offer clear, explicit instructions.
So I'm planning a solo trip to Spain later this year and within a certain budget, and I'm just so confused what to do, where to eat, where to go, and I just thought, why not take some help from a chatbot? So let's take a look at what the prompt should look like.
According to ChatGPT Maker OpenAI's help page, the prompt should be clear, specific, and provide enough context for the model to understand what you are asking. Remember, a detailed prompt is your best friend when talking to AI. Think of interacting with a chatbot like having a conversation with a friend. You wouldn't end the chat after the first answer, right? You'd ask follow-up questions, clarify, or even rephrase your original thought. It's the same with AI. And if the first output isn't quite right, feel free to refine and rewrite your prompt. Asking the chatbot to write about a dragon got me a simple, generic reply. The AI had too little to work with. But when I added lots of detail, the chatbot created a much richer, vivid story. See, all you need is to be detailed to get your desired result. When using a chatbot, make sure to tell the large language model to adopt a specific voice or style in its reply. If you want to write an official mail, do tell the chatbot. This way, you can guide the model's reply. You can also mention who the response is for. Remember that sometimes less is more. You can actually set some limits on how the AI responds. Just tell it things like, keep this reply to 300 words or give me 5 bullet points. This nudges the model to give you clear, concise answers without overwhelming you.
So if I wanted to learn everything about the history of pizza, this is what my prompt would look like.
When I asked the chatbot to give me the history of pizza, its reply provided historical context, specific dates, and names. This detailed answer showed that the more accurate and rich the prompt is, the better the AI can tailor its response. It's all about guiding the AI to give you exactly what you need. So the next time you're interacting with AI, remember these points. Be clear, be specific, and provide enough context. You'll be amazed at the difference it makes in the quality of the AI's output.
The best part about electronic relics is that they don't have to be hundreds of years old to command a premium. And when you have the genuine article, like an Apple I computer, then you've hit the jackpot. Here's how one of these 50 hand-built machines found its way to an auction house.
As usual, there's a story. And as usual, it's classic tech serendipity. Tom Romke, a computer shop owner in Florida, chanced upon the machine when a customer, disenchanted by Apple's first ever creation, traded it for another, now forgotten model. Recognizing its significance, Romke tucked the machine away, boxed and nearly forgotten, until Sotheby's record-breaking $950,000 sale of another Apple I grabbed his attention. Within 24 hours, Romke was in New York, hand-carrying his long-hidden computer for valuation to Sotheby's.
So Romke somehow realized that this was an important thing, put it in a box, put it on a shelf, and didn't think about it again. Now, this was 11 years ago that I first encountered this computer. I had sold another Apple I for a world record price of $950,000, I believe. Tom Romke saw that, got on an airplane, and was in New York with me the very next day. I mean, hand carried this computer on the airplane and through security and brought it to me. And then we looked it over and realized, my gosh, this is the most pristine Apple I that we knew of at the time. And 10 years later, we know that it's still, nobody has found one that's better than this one.
Remarkably, the Romke Apple I remains fully operational, a rare status among these early personal computing relics. No one wants just a dead motherboard, Hatton emphasizes. Its pristine condition is evidenced by untouched paint beneath its heat sink, an indicator of minimal usage. Originally priced at a whimsically provocative $666.66 by Jobs, the Apple I wasn't just a machine, it was the embodiment of a new era. It was the start of personal computing, according to Hatton. According to Hatton, the Romke Apple I's historical and cultural significance is unquestionable.
The estimate on this is $400,000 to $600,000. The owner paid, I think, $350,000 for it about 10, 11 years ago. So the estimate is very conservative, and it's something that's stood the test of time in terms of importance.
The machine features prominently in Sotheby's Geek Week History of Science and Technology auction. That's on till July 17th.
Now, if drones can deliver pizza, then they can certainly take out the trash. And that's precisely what they're being used for in one of the most inhospitable places in the world, Mount Everest.
Welcome to the world's highest garbage dump, Mount Everest. Over 12,000 climbers have summited the world's tallest peak since Edmund Hillary and Tenzin Norgay made it to the top in 1953. The base camp hosts almost 40,000 visitors every year. Scattered across the snowfields are torn tents, food wrappers, empty oxygen bottles, and even human waste, left behind by climbers who came, conquered, and never cleaned up. Despite multiple large-scale cleanup drives, Mount Everest continues to struggle with a significant waste problem. An estimated 40 to 50 tons of garbage still remains scattered across the mountain, much of it lodged near south, a high-altitude pass between Mount Everest and Lhotse, and other high-altitude camps. In June 2025, a Nepal-based drone delivery company was given the green light to use its drones for removing garbage from the area. This came after the company Airlift Technology successfully completed a trial run in April 2024. Airlift Tech uses the DJI Flycart 30, a drone with a 30-kilogram payload, to deliver supplies to the various camps on the Everest climbing routes and fly back out with waste material. The drones transport critical supplies from the Everest Base Camp to the Camp 1. That trek passes through the treacherous Khumbu Icefall, a maze of deep crevices and unstable blocks of ice known as seracs that can collapse without warning.
So right now I'm at Everest Base Camp, and right now we are at the point on the peak, middle of base camp. So this section over here you can see, this is called Khumbu Icefall, which is one of the world's most dangerous sections to climb to summit Mount Everest. We'll be supplying oxygen cylinder and medicine if needed to the expedition people who are in Camp 1, because the interesting thing is, so from base camp to Camp 1, it takes 7 to 9 hours for climbers to reach. And our drone can reach over there within 3 minutes.
On the way back, the same drones take out trash that includes food packaging, empty oxygen canisters, and human waste left by climbers. In September 2024, Airlift Technology works with the local government body, the Khumbu Pasanglamu Rural Municipality, and the local NGO, the Sagarmatha Pollution Control Committee, to conduct the waste removal exercise. The drones also work in tandem with the Icefall Doctors, a team that maintains and fixes the climbing routes up Everest.
And me and my partner was thinking, why not we clean Mount Everest? Exactly, the things made up, and the main intention, of course, was bringing the garbage, because tons of garbage are in Mount Everest, which means was our main motive to have a drone delivery in Mount Everest.
The company estimates that over 1,000 kilograms of garbage has been removed from the region between March and May 2025.
Of course, it's been almost 75 years since the first expedition, and we cannot blame anyone of throwing the garbage. But yes, as the years has passed, the trash has accumulated on the mountain, and I think right now is the perfect time that we all come together and do something about it. Yeah.
The project is ramping up. The Airlift Tech team plans to deploy the same model to clean Ama Dablam, a 6,812-meter peak located south of Everest. This is more than just cleanup. The initiative may also help reduce deaths.
Every Sherpa on the mountain is super happy that the drones are now delivering equipment, that they themselves don't have to carry 20-30 kgs on their backs through this super dangerous part of the mountain. So the icefall, as much as we can, if we can prevent Sherpas having to go through the icefall over and over again with equipment, I think that's always a good thing.
Unlike helicopters, which struggle with altitude and wind, drones offer a more stable and low-risk alternative to reaching dangerous spots. As the planet warms, glaciers are melting, exposing not just trash, but also the long frozen remains of climbers who've perished on the mountain. In recent years, cleanup campaigns have made progress. The Nepalese army alone removed 11 tons of trash from Everest and nearby peaks in 2024. While other efforts since 2019 have collectively cleared over 100 tons. The Sagarmatha Pollution Control Committee also reported retrieving nearly 56 tons of waste from the base camp in 2021. Yet the volume of leftover debris undergoes the urgency of innovative and sustainable solutions.
The Indian Army's Aviation Corps is all set to receive the first batch of Apache combat helicopters. The Apaches have some serious firepower, futuristic tech, and are capable of extreme maneuvers. A closer look at the original tank busters.
Okay, I got the target. 2, 1, fire. They're going, sir. I'm ready.
The Indian Army is all set to welcome its first batch of 3 AH-64E Apache attack helicopters from the United States by mid-July. 3 more are expected to arrive by the year end. The Apache's induction is a significant upgrade to the Army's Aviation Corps fleet. The Apache squadron will be based in Jodhpur and deployed along India's western border. It's expected to significantly boost the Indian Army's frontline combat readiness. The AH-64E is the most modern configuration of the Apache. It's heavily armed and has earned a reputation as the world's leading multi-role attack helicopter. The chopper is designed by Boeing for high-intensity aerial combat, deep strike capabilities, and close air support in all weather conditions. Among the cutting-edge technologies inside the AH-64E is a fully integrated weapon system that includes AGM-114 Hellfire missiles, which are precision-guided and designed to destroy tanks, armored vehicles, and fortified bunkers. The most unique feature in the Apache's weapon systems is the look and shoot system, a 30mm nose-mounted gun with 1200 rounds of ammunition that's operated by the pilot simply by moving their helmet. The combat chopper is equipped with advanced sensors and targeting systems that combine infrared and optical sensors to enable long-range target tracking and provide pilots with thermal vision and laser targeting capabilities both during day and night. A fire control radar mounted above the chopper's rotor can detect and track up to 128 ground and air targets simultaneously, even in poor visibility. The AH-64E gets significant upgrades over earlier versions of the Apache. It can operate at moderate to high altitudes and comes equipped with advanced communications and networking capabilities. This includes a data link system that allows the chopper to share real-time battlefield information with other aircraft and ground forces. The Apache can also control unmanned aerial vehicles directly from the cockpit. The Apaches being inducted by the Indian Army will be specially equipped to support ground operations against armored vehicles in the deserts and plains. Interestingly, a number of aerostructures and the fuselage of the Apache AH-64E is manufactured by Tata Boeing Aerospace Limited in Hyderabad.
And that's about all we have time for in this episode of Tech It Out. Over the next week, I've decided to think before I use an AI chatbot. I want it to help me become smarter, not complacent, and definitely not lazy. Just some food for thought. On that bombshell, this is Nikita Singh signing out. Keep watching WION World is One, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Have a great week, people. Bye-bye.